The Shining Light Award for Inspiring Alumni is bestowed to recognise those who have contributed significantly through their chosen field to Damascus College and our global community.
The recipient of the 2019 Damascus College Shining Light Award for Aspiring Alumni in the category of Academic Achievement is Dr Cathy Vaughan, class of 1989.
Catherine Marie Vaughan. Cathy is from a very small town outside of Rokewood, about 30 minutes from Ballarat. She is the oldest of 3 children. Her mother was a primary school teacher and her father was a wool classer who ran the family farm.
What would I say about Cathy and the nomination itself? And I thought of that, one of Mary MacKillop's sayings. I think it's something along the lines of, see a need, do something about it. And I think that's just Cathy.
I mean, I guess I was a good student. I did well at school in terms of the marks that I got. I don't know that I was a particularly confident student. I was fairly quiet. I'm not quiet now, and probably my family might dispute that, but I think I was reasonably quiet at school, but did okay. But not at everything, because no one does really well at everything. So there were subjects that I didn't do so well in. I was very fortunate to win the Collegian of the Year award at the end of Year 12, which was quite a surprise to me because I wasn't the smartest kid in Year 12 at all. I think maybe it was for sort of some of the other stuff that I'd been doing in the community at that time. I was pretty confident I'd go to uni, but I didn't really know what it would be to do. And so if you'd asked me what I wanted to do in Year 11, I probably would have said I wanted to be an artist or a photographer or an architect, I think. So how I decided to settle on physiotherapy was probably largely inspired by my aunt, Mary, who was a physiotherapist. And through her, I knew a little bit about what the work involved, but I also knew about her travels as a physio. So she, in the 1960s, went off and worked and lived in India in a leprosarium, working with people with leprosy, which is pretty hardcore physio, and had this grand adventure. After I finished training as a physio, I worked in Melbourne for a couple of years, and then I decided it was time for a bit of an adventure, so I applied to be an Australian volunteer abroad and went and worked as a physio in Pakistan. And I knew that I enjoyed physiotherapy, but it was sort of the wrong end of the river, so almost everything I was seeing and treating as a physio was preventable. And so I was interested in pursuing public health. I came back to Australia and kept working as a physio, but did a master's in public health.
Prior to undertaking a PhD, Cathy worked on youth-focused HIV prevention programs in Papua New Guinea and a number of Southeast Asian countries. The John Monash Scholarship provides outstanding Australians with the opportunity to pursue their field of endeavour by studying at their choice of overseas institution, with the assistance of generous financial endowment of up to $195,000 over 3 years.
In 2005, Dr Cathy Vaughan was selected as a John Monash Scholar.
If I didn't have the John Monash Scholarship, I probably would have pursued a PhD, but it wouldn't have been the one that I did, and it certainly wouldn't have been in London.
Cathy takes inspiration from the words of Mary Ann Williamson.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God.
I've worked hard, but I've also had lots of luck, and I've had fantastic supportive friends and family. And with that comes opportunities and therefore I think responsibility. And sometimes that can be frightening, that you think, okay, I can make a difference in the world, I can do good things, and I really should. that can be daunting. But I think with opportunities do come responsibilities.
Cathy leads research projects working to improve the health of women and to strengthen community-led response to violence against immigrants and refugee women in Victoria and Tasmania.
Cathy coordinates the WHO Collaboration Centre for Women's Health hosted by the Centre of Health, Equity and Teachers Postgraduate Courses
I think it didn't surprise me when I later saw the amazing things she'd gone on to do.
Global health and development practitioner, writer,
Researcher, speaker,
advocate, investigator.
Dr Cathy Vaughan has worked in over 20 low and middle income countries in Asia, the Pacific and sub-Saharan Africa. She works at the interface of developmental practice and theory, building new programs of research, focusing on gender and women's health in settings of poverty and marginalisation.
Dr Vaughan is a senior lecturer in gender and women's health in the Centre of Health Equity Melbourne, School of Population and Global Health. Cathy Vaughan is a Damascus College shining light.